The average cost of a typical e-bike today ranges from $1,000 and it goes all the way down the line to this e-bike, which is $2,000. That's a typical price range that you'll commonly see, but today I'm gonna be reviewing an e-bike that doesn't even fit in this category because it's dirt cheap and it comes in at only $629. So then the question is, does this cheap, affordable e-bike compare to this nice, luxury, expensive e-bike? And the answer is this is the T6F folding fat tire bike from OneBot, and since it is so affordable, my expectations are like way down here for it. I really am not expecting much out of it, and I'd imagine that there are some flaws to it, but if it can in any way compete with any of these other e-bikes, then I'll be actually pretty pumped because it is so affordable. So if this could work as like a beginner e-bike, then this could be a steal if this thing turns out decent. So let's see what it's all about. The thing that was really impressive to me was all these other add-on features, like for example, this rear rack is a nice touch, same with these fenders, and these aren't plastic, this is like a metal or a tin. They have it on the rear tire and the front tire. It has this front headlight here, which is cool. Not even my $1,000 e-bike over here has a headlight on it. It just has this reflector. Also, when you're taking a look at these tires, it has these kind of rims instead of spokes. So you're gonna have to do less maintenance. You don't have to tighten up your spokes over time. I don't even have these kind of spokes on any of my other e-bikes. And it's also a fat tire e-bike, which is even crazier to consider that this is a fat tire e-bike. However, it is a 20-inch by 4-inch fat tire, so it's not quite as large as my fat tire bikes over here. These are 26 by 4-inch, so these are a little bit wider, so these will probably be better over bumps. These are a little bit smaller, but still, I'm quite amazed at all these little features that it jam-packed into it. That has a nice squishy seat. It folds, has these nice grip pads right here. It has a 6-speed Shimano shifter, so we'll see how that works. Here's the control dial on it to cycle through your pedal assist levels. Quarter twist throttle right here, and a bell. So there it is. Now I gotta take it for a ride and see how it goes. Okay, this is a little weird. I don't know how to set this up. Do I have to fully unfold it? I don't want to rest it all the way down. I just want to prop it open. I need to do like a, who knows what I need to do. Let me get this back together. So taking your battery out and putting it back in is a little more time consuming than my other e-bikes, but I think that's just because of the folding mechanism. So you have to open it up and fold the bike to be able to access the battery. And then on the underside of the bike, you have to turn the keyhole to be able to unlock the battery so it slides out. It's just a little bit of a process to get it out and to also put it back in, especially if you're doing it by yourself. You might need to fold it all the way up and rest the e-bike on this little kickstand to be able to take the battery out and to put it back in. Now that I got the battery in, I am ready to ride. I need to turn it on first. So what I notice about this cadence sensor is that there's a delay from when you start pedaling to when you notice the motor kick in. So that's a little bit different. The bummer thing about only going to 6 gears, especially on these small tires, is I definitely don't feel as much resistance in my pedals because it doesn't go to 8 gears. So that's just a little bit something to know, is that you feel like your pedals are loose because the bike's going faster than the resistance you can put through the pedals. The motor does have quite a bit of torque in it to get me going right away, even in pedal assist level 1. I think this e-bike only has 3 different levels of pedal assist. The handlebars are smaller compared to my other e-bikes. They're a lot longer, so it's more of a narrow, compact bike. Even with these handlebars here, there's not much space to mount like a phone holder or anything like that you can see, because it has a bell, has your screen, and then your clamp, and then your shifter, so there's not much space right here. So it says that this e-bike goes up to 20 miles an hour. Right now I'm at 13, but we're gonna see if we can get up to that max speed of 20 miles an hour. All right, we're just gonna throttle and see how this rides. So far it feels like it's maxing out at 13 miles an hour. Maybe it does go faster. No, this is the top speed. Maybe when I'm pedaling, it'll kick in faster. Other than that, it handles pretty good. Not a bad little e-bike here. I mean, it doesn't seem bad going over bumps. Whew. It's been riding great. I mean, it's a fun ride, especially for the price point. This thing is just like, it's a nice e-bike for getting you around, and I still have great battery life. I've traveled a few miles now, still doing good, holding up. Nothing seems like it's clunking or making any funny noises. Oh yeah. Initially, when I first got on it, I noticed that the distance from them felt small to me, and so it felt like this versus my other e-bikes feel more like a normal ride, how pedals should be. So this just felt like a condensed version of the pedals, which made me raise my seat up, but then in doing that, it put me in more of a forward position to hold on to the handlebars. So I just noticed that that felt a little bit different compared to my full-sized e-bikes. So this does feel a little bit smaller in regards to the pedal size, and then even the handlebar size, the tire size. The e-bike in general feels a little bit more condensed than a normal e-bike. But as far as my ride experience, it was fine. It didn't really feel uncomfortable by any means. The seat was still very squishy and soft, and the fat tires did help when I was going over gravel roads to feel more comfortable, so it still felt fine. The suspension to me didn't feel quite the same quality as my other e-bikes, bouncing over bumps. It felt more like springy, or just not the same experience, I guess, but they still work and they're still there. I noticed that when it comes to braking, you have to give yourself enough time to come to a stop, because when you pull both of the brakes, it's more of a gradual stop. This thing does not brake good at all. Versus just an immediate stop. Just beware of that, especially when you're going at fast speeds. On pedal assist, when you pedal, there's a delay from when the motor actually kicks in and starts to help you ride. So just note that as you're riding, there is going to be a delay. And then when the motor actually does kick in, there is a little bit of torque behind it. So it will kick you forwards and get you going right away. So be cautious of that if you're riding, that it doesn't like throttle you unexpectedly. Also, I do find it interesting that they advertise that it goes 20 miles an hour, but when I rode it, I was only able to get it to go around 13 miles an hour. There were a few times when I was going downhill and just my momentum carried me to 17 miles an hour, but as far as the motor assisting me, I never got to 14 miles an hour. I did try to look at videos or settings to try to find, like, maybe I just need to unlock faster speeds. I wasn't able to find anything, so there isn't any immediate advice on how to unlock faster speeds, but I wasn't able to go over 14 miles an hour. The horn on this thing is the loudest horn that I've ever had on an e-bike. And it's like one of the few that actually comes with a horn. A lot of e-bikes actually don't come with horns. They do come with these little bells, but the horn is kind of nice. Navigating through the controller was very easy as well. I had a plus button to increase your speed, your pedal assist level, and a minus button to drop your pedal assist level. And it also had icons on the screen to let you know when you're braking, and it will also show error codes if there are any, and it shows your battery life and your odometer, your trip reading, how many miles or time you have on your bike as well. So it shows that on the display screen. So that's basically how my ride experience went. So the question is, does this cheap, affordable e-bike compete with this nice, luxury, expensive e-bike? And the answer is no, not at all. Not at all, actually. If I put the specs up on the screen, you can see how this e-bike beats this one in so many different categories when it comes to distance, the top speed, all these other categories. This bike is the clear winner. But the one thing that this e-bike doesn't have going for it is the price. So this one comes in at $630. This e-bike comes in at $2,000. So there's I'm bad at math, but it's around a $1,400 difference in price between these two e-bikes. And this one still comes with a lot of great features like fat tires, fenders, headlight, it folds here, it has a throttle, has a horn, has your pedal assist levels, has a rear rack. I don't know, there's a lot to it actually that makes it pretty unique. In my opinion, I feel like this is a great beginner e-bike. If you're new into the e-bike world, you'd be thrilled if this came to your doorstep because it still packs a punch for the price. And that's what you have to remember is if you stripped out $1,400 away from the price of this, then it wouldn't be the nice luxury e-bike that it is. But coming in at this price point, this actually packs a lot of great features into it that makes it still a great choice if it's your first e-bike, because it helps you go places that you wouldn't be able to on a normal bicycle. You can go over unsmooth terrain and it's gonna feel a lot better. Instead of getting tired out when you're pedaling up a hill on a normal bicycle, the pedal assist is gonna engage and help you go up that with a breeze, and it's gonna be no problem at all. You can also fold this up and throw it in your trunk to haul it somewhere. If you wanna go camping, you can't do that with a normal bicycle. So it does offer a lot of advantages just from a normal bicycle. So if you're considering about getting an e-bike and you're I don't know, I don't want to spend $2,000, then I think this could make a great alternative, because for the price, I think it delivers on a lot of awesome things. Like I said, I don't think it was accurate about the speed, and I still need to do a long distance range test with it to see how long you can travel on one battery charge. They advertise that you can go max 45 miles, but it'll probably be honestly more around 20. I think it's a cool e-bike, honestly, for the price. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. I like the color, I like the look of it. It looks sweet. It still looks like a nice e-bike. Obviously, it's like a smaller version or a condensed version of a normal size e-bike. So this could even be good if you're a smaller person and you're not 6'10", because these big e-bikes can be hard to haul around and they're just a lot bigger. So if you're really short, it just makes it a little bit harder to ride a big e-bike like this. So a smaller one might be perfect for you if you're a little bit shorter. So keep that in mind as well. But there it is, that's the OneBot. If you're interested in it, I'll put a link in the description below. It's totally up to you which route you want to take. I think this makes a great beginner bike for you, but then as you get more experience and you want to test out new things and you save up some more money, then I think riding a bike like this is a lot of fun as well. So those are my thoughts about the OneBot. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on another one.